A day at the park in London. It was a crisp autumn morning in London, and the city was alive with the gentle hum of activity. The sky was a perfect canvas of soft blue, dotted with clouds that floated lazily above. Sophia, a young woman who had recently moved to the city for work, decided to spend her Saturday exploring Hyde Park, one of London's most iconic green spaces. With a light scarf wrapped around her neck and a coffee cup in hand, she strolled through the park's grand entrance near Marble Arch. The leaves on the trees had turned golden and crimson, creating a breathtaking canopy that rustled in the breeze. Beneath her feet, a carpet of fallen leaves crunched softly, adding to the magic of the morning. Meeting the locals. As she walked, Sophia noticed a group of children chasing each other near the Serpentine Lake. Their laughter echoed through the air, blending with the distant quacking of ducks. Nearby, an elderly man was tossing crumbs to pigeons, while a woman jogged past, her energetic Labrador trotting beside her. Sophia stopped by the Serpentine to admire the water. Families were rowing small boats, their reflections shimmering in the gentle ripples. A curious squirrel darted close to her, its tiny paws clutching an acorn. She smiled and crouched down, extending her hand. The squirrel hesitated for a moment before scampering away, its tail twitching in mock defiance. The Rose Garden. Her next stop was the famous Rose Garden. The air was sweet with the scent of blooms, even in the late season. She took her time wandering the pathways, pausing to admire the vibrant flowers. An artist was sitting on a bench, sketching the garden in charcoal, his hands moving swiftly over the paper. Sophia struck up a conversation with the artist, an older gentleman named Edward. He shared stories of his youth, how he'd been coming to Hyde Park for over 40 years to capture its changing seasons. London is a city of history, he said, his eyes twinkling. And this park holds the stories of everyone who visits it. A surprising encounter. As noon approached, Sophia decided to grab a bite at the park's cafe. She ordered a classic English cream tea, complete with scones, clotted cream, and jam. While savoring the treat, she overheard a couple at the next table discussing Shakespeare's Globe Theatre. Intrigued, she joined their conversation and discovered they were tourists from Scotland. They exchanged travel tips and promised to keep in touch. As she walked back into the heart of the park, the sound of a street performer caught her attention. A violinist was playing a hauntingly beautiful melody near the Diana Memorial Fountain. A small crowd had gathered, captivated by the music. Sophia tossed a coin into the violin case and closed her eyes, letting the melody transport her to another world. Ending the day. By late afternoon, the park was bathed in the golden light of the setting sun. Sophia found a quiet spot on the grass and lay down, watching the sky change colors. The distant sound of Big Ben chiming reminded her that it was time to head home. As she walked out of the park, she felt a deep sense of contentment. Hyde Park had shown her a glimpse of London's soul, its people, its beauty, and its stories. It wasn't just a park, it was a place where lives intertwined, where strangers became friends, and where memories were made. For Sophia, it was more than just a day at the park. It was the beginning of her love affair with London.